Hey guys, thank you so much for joining today. My name is Jessie Grossman. I'm the founder of the WIIM community, Women in Influencer Marketing. For those of you who are unfamiliar or slightly familiar, we originated back in 2017. And so the group and the community has certainly taken tons of different iterations over the past few years. But today, I am super excited to sort of share with you guys a little bit more about what the membership in particular is all about, why we have 500 members in the community, what the hype is all about, and how you can maximize your experience in the group. So, this presentation, well, I'll probably go about like 25 minutes or so, and it's for two different groups of people. So, one, hopefully, one of these two describe you is the people who have recently joined WIIM, recently joined our membership and just wanting to know, like, all right, I made the leap and how do I maximize my experience in the group? So I'm going to be going over that with you today. And then second group of people are those who I affectionately refer to as lurkers. So you are, you maybe follow us on Instagram or TikTok or our podcast, and you're familiar with us, but you don't quite maybe know about all that the membership entails, or for whatever reason, you haven't made the leap. So this presentation is going to go over all the perks, all the benefits, and why so many people are part of it and love it, and how it can be really beneficial for you. So before we jump into the presentation, I do want you guys to go into the chat right now and drop in where you're tuning in from. I'm coming at you from Brooklyn, New York, and I love seeing where everybody's tuning in from. Generally speaking, our membership is all across the US, but we certainly have international folks as well. So drop that into the chat right now. I love seeing where everyone's tuning in from. All right, so this is an overview of what we're going to be covering today, basically the major perks and benefits of the membership. So we're going to be going into these more in depth over the next like 20-ish minutes, but to sort of cue them up, community and connection, very intentionally at the top of our list. It's our members' most popular favorite feature because not only are you joining a who's who of influencer marketing, but it's the most supportive, kind community there is. I haven't really found any that are quite this wonderful. Of course, I'm biased, but you're going to hear from others in a few minutes who also have their own independent observations. Everyone is so kind, so generous. And what we really tried to do, and I think accomplished, is created a really wonderful work family. So we also have an incredible mentorship program, and we're adding 2 new mentors just this month alone, one-on-one mentorships that I'll go over in just a few minutes. They're really awesome. We have 50 plus masterclasses and panels, virtual, that we have in our masterclass library. So if you recently joined or are about to join today, and by the way, we have a promo code for those of you at the end who haven't joined yet. So definitely stick around for that. We have a whole masterclass of events since the end of 2020 when we started recording that basically you didn't have to miss because we recorded them on all sorts of topics related to the industry. We're also doing a lot of in-person events, which we'll talk about as well. Career services for those of you who are hiring or looking for your next gig. And then partnerships, because partnerships are so important to us, and we've worked really hard to cultivate them so that when you join WIIM, you're not just joining our community and getting our perks, but you're getting benefits from so many other places as well. And we'll go over that in just a second. All right. So first up, you're going to hear me talk a lot today. So I want to introduce you to Molly Meyerson. Molly Meyerson is a member of ours. She's been a member for years at this point. And I want her to share her experience being in WIIM. So this is Molly.
Hey guys, Molly from Cook It Media here. Nice to meet all of you. I am Cook It's Director of PR and Business Development, and I just want to take a minute to recognize WIIM for all it's done for not only the influencer marketing community, but for Cook It as a whole personally. I joined WIIM about a year ago when I entered the world of influencer marketing coming from the PR side, and this is truly where the foundation of the house was built. WIIM has helped us to not only source for campaigns because we do talent management, but to connect with brands directly for campaign management, but more so for job listings. As a small boutique agency, we have hired 2 folks out of WIIM, including our talent manager and our campaign manager, which has made a huge impact in our business of being able to directly connect with those within our industry that are looking for a like-minded job. I just want to give a special shout out to Jessie. She has been a true rock star and force of nature in this ever growing, ever changing, and also very new industry still. Women's provided such a great platform for networking and scouting and just everything in between. So thank you, Jessie, and thank you to the WIM community for all that you've had to offer. And looking forward to connecting with the rest of you.
I'm on mute. So Molly is such a perfect example of somebody who, when you lean into this community, you get so much out of it. There are definitely people who come in and they're a little bit hesitant. And I understand some people are nervous. There's a lot of people in there. But if you can get over that, and we try so hard to facilitate an environment where it's comfortable, you can be just like Molly and just like meet tons of people, make tons of connections, and have an incredible, incredible experience. Okay, next we are going to hear from another member of ours. Her name is Monica Banks, and this is Monica.
Hey there, my name's Monica Banks. I'm the founder of Goo Goo Guru. I just wanted to take a moment here to talk about all the great things that being a member of WIIM, Women in Influencer Marketing, and the WIIM community has done for me. One of the things that I love the most about WIIM is that it bridges influencers, talent managers, and brand managers, just the entire industry. It connects all of us so that we can network with each other. I've discovered opportunities that are not available outside of the WIIM network. And it's just been incredible in terms of growing my community, growing my network, and meeting other thought leaders in the industry. Such a bonus that it's all women and women supporting women. Jessie is amazing at facilitating meetings where we can continue to network, where we can continue to learn. She sets up a lot of great resources for all of us. One thing I've really enjoyed is meeting members who really help their community by providing advice, guidance, thoughts. And I've personally navigated some situations where I probably would not have been able to navigate without the help of the WIIM community. So all of this is to say, if you're considering joining WIIM, go for it. You will not be disappointed if you work in the creator economy. It is an invaluable resource for women in the creator economy. So thank you to Jessie for creating such a great group of women.
Amazing. And Monica is incredible. She's such a one. I mean, we get these new members who come in, and basically, like, our community would be nothing if not for the members who are part of it and the community, because everybody is just giving information, giving support, and just so kind to each other. It's really, really incredible to watch. All right. So, next up, I want to show you guys who are our members. I'm sure you're wondering maybe what is the breakout of our membership. And so what you'll see on the screen right now is the breakdown of that. So we have hundreds of women. We're about 500 members right now who are in these awesome roles that you see on your screen. So our members include employees from all the major social platforms, from large agencies, small agencies. I'm a huge supporter of small businesses. So we certainly have everything from small businesses to solopreneurs. It really, really runs the gamut. But as you can see on your screen, our largest community of members are talent managers, followed by agencies, brands. We have a growing list of consultants and freelancers. That's been a really growing side of our membership lately. Tech companies, publicists, it sort of runs the gamut. But this is a really good sense and breakout of who is in the community. Also, the images on your screen right now are from our 2023 last year's in-person events. You guys, last year was like our year of in-person events. So we hosted 2 in LA, 2 in New York, 1 in Chicago. They were like 100+ person events, and we loved it. And I think our community did too. It's worth noting that our members always get first priority on tickets because these events always sell out. Our members also get, discounted or free tickets depending on the type of the event. And we have so much planned for this year as well, including just smaller, more casual, fun meetups in those cities, but also all these other ones, including Miami, San Francisco, Boston, Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas. We have ambassadors in all those cities who are actively planning quarterly events for you guys in person. So we're really excited about that. All right, next up, speaking of events, we have a ton of virtual programming coming up that I want to just spotlight for you guys. So just next week, we have our big influencer marketing job fair, basically flips the idea of a job fair on its head and we humanize a job board. That's our goal for that event. We've hosted it about 5 times before. So we have such great companies who are being featured and who are actively hiring influencer marketers. It's not to be missed. Influencer marketing omni-channel strategies is another one that's coming up in February, a really good masterclass. Understanding self-employment and business taxes. Girl, if you have your own business, you have to attend this event. My accountant is actually teaching it because she's phenomenal, was recommended to me by somebody else in WIIM, and she's teaching a masterclass for you guys. So March 7th, very, very specifically around tax time. And then our next masterclass is contract essentials for influencers, brands, and the managers who represent them. That's coming up on March 26th. Jean Homburg is an awesome lawyer in the space, and she's talking to you all about contracts. So you can see the topics totally run the gamut in terms of like what we're talking about in our events. All right, next up, this is where our members meet 24/7. So sure, we have these like events and virtual, in person, the whole nine, but what if you just have a question that you need answered now? Well, that's what our Slack board is about. So we have tons of different channels that are popping these days. And we have wonderful opportunities for you to share casting opportunities in the castings channel. Just talk about girl stuff in the girl talk channel, or connect locally with people in your city in the members channels. If you search members underscore and put in your city, you should find a channel where people are local in your city. So it's great for local networking. And if you don't see one, you can easily just Slack me and say, hey, I don't see one for fill in the blank city, and we'll get that added right away. We're always adding new ones. But also we have channels just for talent managers, just for people who work at agencies. We have networking channels. Oh, also fun. This is a hot tip for the local channels. So sure, you could be in them if you live there. That's the no-brainer. But also people utilize them if they're traveling to that city and want to just meet people while they're in town. They'll pop into the New York channel and say, hey, I'm just in town for the next few days. Does anyone want to grab a cup of coffee? And you could just click to see who's in that channel and be more targeted about who you're, and specifically reach out to that person. But we even have like a Pets of WIIM channel, which has been really active lately. So as you can see, it's a nice mix of professional conversations mixed with personal conversations. And regardless of your the topic, you can find a place for it in our Slack. All right, so this is our powerful membership directory. So this is a forever growing list, but here's where you can find our members' information. It's an opt-in network and includes email addresses, includes social links so you can connect with all of our members on Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., and brands that they've worked with, and of course the bio and a photo so you can actually see and get to know them a little bit. Also, our members are usually very open to being reached out to, especially when the message starts with something like, hey, I'm a fellow WIIM member. We do prohibit solicitation, so just know that it's very much here for the purpose of networking and connecting. And we'll also give you a special little preview. We haven't really announced this yet, of another portal that we're in the process of building specifically for freelancers to pitch themselves. So you can think of it as like a LinkedIn meets Canva. But we're building more tech products for our members exclusively for you guys to use. And we're going to start beta testing that one probably within the next month. But the membership directory is active and always growing today. All right. So next up is our mentorship program. So our mentorship program is incredible, you guys, and it's full of women from companies from who work at people who work at YouTube, who work at Pinterest, Whaler, Edelman, all these agencies, companies, social platforms, etc. And most of them have like 10 to 15 plus years of experience in the industry. And VIP and corporate level members are entitled to 3 one-on-one sessions every single year. We've had incredible feedback on these sessions. We ask after every single one. And we just provide the facility to connect. So after the initial session, a lot of these people will continue to keep in touch on their own, but we make the process really simple to book the actual session. So you would go to iwim.com/mentorship. When you're logged in, you have the ability to book the session right there. So you open it up, it shows you the calendar of the availability of the mentor, and you can even see a little get to know me video to see, when deciding which mentor you want to speak with in the first place, since you get 3 sessions only and there's so many mentors. So we're adding a couple new people just this month, which I'm really excited to announce in probably the next couple days, actually. But for now, let's hear from one of them. This is Zany Shifra, who works at Pinterest, and you can hear and get to know her a little bit and know what one of our mentors has to offer.
Hey, WIIM family. My name is Zany, and I am a creator inclusion lead at Pinterest. I have about over a decade of experience in this industry. And when I started out, which was on the agency side, this didn't even really exist. Bloggers existed, but that was probably it. So my experience really comes from an integrated communications and social storytelling space. And I'd like to say that I'm a storyteller first. And I just sort of evolved, and my skill set evolved as the channels and the people that helped us tell those stories shifted as well. And so something that's always been important to me is representation within the creator industry, sort of doing what we can, whether it's on the brand side or now on the platform side, to ensure that we are avoiding the, inequities that are pretty prevalent within this industry. And so every day at Pinterest, I get to work on just that. And it is something that really does fuel me. And I'm excited to hopefully share some of that with you all and also learn from you and provide some tips. And I think if there's one parting statement, I would say that career trajectory and your career trajectory does not need to be linear to be successful. Mine certainly wasn't, and I look forward to meeting some of you. Bye.
All right. So Zany is so fantastic. You guys, I've known her for years before she was at Pinterest. And she's just one example of our mentors who are just so giving with their time. They're literally like, all right, you booked me for an hour. What would you like to talk about? And so we do send guidelines before each mentorship session, but these are not group sessions. We recognize that like you guys aren't children. So sure, we provide guidelines, but the hour is yours. And so I always recommend like coming to the session with specific questions in mind, having sort of a bit of a framework agenda of what you're hoping to get from it, asking a ton of questions, and, making sure that you set the tone for what you're hoping to get out of the session at the very beginning. So those are a couple tips that I can give you guys. All right. So next up, let me bring up the screen again. We have our virtual events. So these are a few that are in our masterclass library. So I teased at this earlier, but basically we have like 50 plus masterclasses, panels, all the above that are available on demand. So if you just joined or you're about to join, you have all this content that you can consume on your own time. And we do that for all of our events. So as a member, you never have to miss out. What I will say is that our live events are always a little bit more fun because you're with the community. The chat is usually a pop-in and like it's really fun. We try to make them really lively and a fun experience. But we also recognize that y'all are busy and that calls come up last minute, etc. So when that happens, you never have to miss out on an event. We record them all and then we put them really easily into this on-demand library. What I also want to give you as a hot tip, we'll talk about this in just a few minutes, but we have corporate memberships. And so with those corporate memberships in particular, what I've advised a lot of people to do, and I've seen people enjoy it, is when they give a corporate membership to like a new employee, for example, and you have that time of training that new employee, inevitably there's going to be some downtime because like you have to get your own work done during the day. And so what they'll do is they'll say, all right, log into your WIIM account during this hour where like I got to get some work done and watch a master class. We have master classes by the people at TikTok, YouTube. We have multiple for each about growth strategy, about burnout and how to avoid burnout in the creator economy, about brand building, gaming influencers. Like I'm just rattling off a few that are on your screen right now. And they love it and they feel like they're really maximizing their time. So that's a hot tip that I can give you, especially for those of you who opt into corporate memberships, which again, I'll get into later. All right, career services. So we have this huge job fair that's coming up on January 30th. And so I highly encourage you guys to check that out. If you are a member, you get to recruit from it completely for free. And if you are looking for a job, you can attend and completely for free as a member. So VIP members, though, can post on our job board all year, unlimited amount of posts completely for free. And what I will tell you is our job board, for obvious reasons, is like our number 2 trafficked page on our site aside from our homepage. It gets a ton of eyes. And sure, you could post your job listing on LinkedIn and Indeed and all those places, but I've done that before and you get a lot of trash that you sort of have to like sift through. People who are not in influencer marketing at all, even in marketing sometimes, and apply and you're like, why are you applying to this? You have no experience. So obviously the people that are looking at our site and our job board are usually working in the industry or, maybe new, fresh out of school and like looking specifically to be in the industry. So we have incredible candidates, qualified people that are going to have eyes on your job listing. So we've gotten countless people hired and we've hired for countless amount of companies. But definitely check out the job fair because we have so many companies who are involved and it's just next week. And it's a really cool opportunity and to meet people to get hired or to hire. All right. We have our exclusive partnerships, you guys. So when you're signing up to become a member with us, you're not only signing up for our perks, but you're also getting discounts to tons of other industry conferences, tech platforms through an extensive number of partnerships. So we have a really awesome marketplace with recommendations for software, tools, and resources, tons of discounts scattered throughout. So when you go to the URL on your screen, imwim.com/marketplace, you'll see a few of those, but when you log in, so many more populate, and that's when you see a ton of discounts too. We also have a really great listing of conferences, industry conferences. We're all about education here. And so there's tons of industry conferences that we recommend. If you go there right now, imwim.com/conferences, it's a free resource for you where we're populating it and continuing to for 2024. It's like a whole list of conferences that you can go to this year. But when you log in, that's when some of the promos and discounts start to appear. And sometimes these conferences are expensive, you guys. And sometimes the discounts that we provide on like 1 or 2 of the conferences pay for your WIIM membership all into itself. So definitely worth checking out. And we're regularly updating it, of course, as we get some of these promos. All right, a few last perks that I want to mention. We have salary comparison charts. We have, like 200 plus people who've anonymously submitted their entire comp package who work in the creator economy. So we share some of those on our social, but what members get is if you go to imwim.com/salaries and you log in, you can see that page with all of the entries that are filterable and sortable. And so like, how does that help you? If you're hiring people, you can have a really good sense of comparable jobs and roles to make sure that the salary that you're offering and the full comp package is on par and competitive with other competitors. But also, if you're looking either for a raise or a new job altogether, information is power, you guys. And so you have 200 plus data points that you can look at and say, oh, interesting. This person also lives in New York and also is looking to work at an agency or talent management firm or whatever the case is in your scenario. And they're getting a benefit that I would love, or they're making X amount more money than I am. So this helps you and arms you with the information that you need to go to the table and get those benefits and have better pay equality. And I think that knowledge is power, especially in this case. Also, castings, we mentioned this briefly, but it's certainly one of our most popular elements of WIIM. So whether you are brand facing and are looking to cast campaigns, our casting channel in Slack is amazing for you. Instead of just emailing maybe, 10, 20 different managers, they're all in our castings channel. So you can simply drop your casting there, tell them how to get in touch with you, and it's a lot more simplified, a lot more streamlined. So it's a great way to get talent suggestions from awesome managers who are in WIIM. And again, that's our largest demographic, our talent managers. But then also, if you are a talent manager, it is a great source of information when you're looking to get new opportunities for your clients. So castings are a huge perk for us. Okay. So if you are already a member, you can tune out for the next couple minutes. I'm going to go over pricing because if you are not a member yet, I'm sure you're wondering what the costs are associated with the membership. So first of all, I promised you guys a promo code and I'm going to be giving it to you in just a minute after I go over the pricing. So you can see that we have 2 membership tiers. We try to keep it very streamlined. Basically, one is a monthly membership. That's our standard membership. And the other is a yearly membership. That's our VIP. So the yearly membership actually gets you more benefits and it's less per month. Transparently, the reason we do that is because it's way more beneficial for our community to have people who are sticky and stay within the community for longer. We don't really want people jumping in and out because it doesn't benefit the community as a whole when you're looking to network with people and they're there 1 minute and gone the next. So in order to further incentivize people, we give them a discount and we give you guys more benefits. You can see the benefit distinction on your screen right now. It's a lot of the things that we discussed, but basically you get mentorship. You get exposure because we feature all of our VIP members on our social channels and in various ways, our newsletters, things like that, our podcast. We feature you. That's for VIP members only. The mentorship sessions that I mentioned are only for VIP members. Also, the ability to post job listings are only for VIP members. And the executive circle is something that is only for senior level members. And that's a channel in Slack that we love. Then we also have corporate memberships if you want to save an additional 10% off of the already discounted VIP membership. So that is for teams of 5 or more people. And you can sign up for 5 plus. And as soon as you reach that threshold of 5 people, it's an additional 10% off of them. It also makes it really easy to manage a group of people with that membership in case somebody leaves, you have a new hire. There's like a whole portal for that where it makes it super easy to manage the whole membership. But as a huge thank you for joining today, I do want to extend that special offer that I know I mentioned. Basically, if you join within the next 24 hours, you get a month completely for free to just explore the membership for yourself, see what it's like, and no strings attached. So you can apply this $49 gift to either membership. I get that question a lot. Do you want, can I apply if I know that I want to explore the VIP member, perks, can I apply that month and that code sesh to the VIP membership? And the answer is yes. If you're already sold and you do know that you want to opt in for the year, but you want a month off, a month free, I should say, then you could apply the code to that as well. But if you just do want to try it just for the month and not necessarily commit to the year yet, you totally can do that too. So all you have to do is go to the URL on the screen, which is imwim.com/join, and use code SESH. And we will drop that into the chat right now as well. And what I will also say is that you guys can email me. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can email me at jessie@iamwim.com. That's IAMWIIM.com. If you are not a member, that's the easiest way to reach me. And whatever questions you have about this presentation or anything related to the community, or if you just want to say hi, shoot me an email. We're going to drop that into the chat right now as well. And if you are already a member, just message me on Slack. I always say that's the easiest way to get in touch. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this presentation. I hope you guys follow us on social and like check out all the cool things that we're up to. And I do hope that you enjoy the community. It's honestly one of the best professional decisions I think that you can make for yourself. So I want, especially that we're in the new year, I want you guys to invest in yourselves. I want us to all make more money and have fun doing it. So thank you guys so much for listening to my spiel. It is lovely to have you guys here. And I look forward to seeing you more around WIIM. Bye, guys.